Good evening, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Wright, middle school principal at IMG Academy. Welcome and thank you for attending the 2020 IMG Academy 8th grade promotion ceremony. I'm excited that we are able to celebrate our 8th grade student athletes and their accomplishments with you this evening. I'm heartbroken that our final months at IMG Academy have been interrupted by this global crisis. I know that many of you have successfully navigated challenging situations in the past, and while this one is certainly both historic and unique, I'm confident that you will be resilient and that each of you will not only persevere, but learn from this extraordinary challenge. After all, you are ascenders and you will rise up and be stronger for it. You are now almost high schoolers. I want to personally thank each one of you for the contribution you have made to IMG Academy. We are all better because of each and every one of you. Your teachers and coaches are very proud of you, and I know that each of you will continue to grow and achieve as you move on into high school. I hope that you remember the relationships you made, the learning you achieved, and the experiences you had during your time here at IMG, and that you've been able to lean on those positive memories to get you through these difficult times. You have worked hard to perform your best in the classroom and in your sport. You have grown socially and emotionally. You have managed to live in the dorms, get yourself up and off to school, and complete homework, all while competing in your various sports. In addition, you can now add completing distant learning. We are so proud of you. High school is full of amazing opportunities, but you are responsible for taking those opportunities and transforming them into meaningful experiences for yourselves. As you dream up the next 4 years, I challenge you to dream big and have the courage and confidence to take yourself seriously. Let this pandemic be a force that moves you to change the new normal before us. Take your life in beautiful and bold directions. Start leaving your mark. Envision greatness in yourself and seize every opportunity that you can to achieve it. We are so proud to have been a part of your journey. On behalf of all the faculty and staff at IMG Academy, congratulations. At this time, I'd like to turn the podium over to Mr. Van, who will be presenting the faculty perspective.
My perspective today comes from an experience I had during spring break this year. And as I thought about it, I realized it's very parallel to our current experience as we conclude this year. I love inline skating, and I had decided I would take on a huge challenge during spring break to complete a 40-mile distance on my inline skates. It was beyond anything I'd ever done. Things started off great for the first several miles, and after 20 miles halfway in, I felt good, I felt tired, but I was doing it. The second 20, on the other hand, is where things got tough. 25 miles in, fatigue started. Serious fatigue. I had to change my stride, I had to change my pace. 2 miles later, fatigue on the other leg. I was really in trouble. The pressure on my boots was hurting my feet. My feet hurt, and I began weighing my options. What did I have ahead of me? About 15 miles of skating to go. I couldn't stop because my car is 15 miles away. I couldn't take off my boots and walk because I would never put my boots back on. I really only had one choice. I had to keep walking or keep skating. Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Every few minutes I would hear my distance tracker call out, total distance, 28 miles, total time, whatever, total split pace, whatever. It didn't matter. I could do the math in my head. Every minute or every mile on my skates was another 7 minutes, and I could begin counting down. I wasn't counting up. I wanted to be done. It was at 90 minutes to go, and I thought 90 more minutes of this, nonstop. Just keep taking your skates. Just keep taking your steps, keep going. Bet, the tracker counted down. 60 minutes to go, 45 minutes to go, 30 minutes to go. It seemed like forever. I knew I was getting closer, but it was still 30 minutes of taking steps, 30 minutes of this, 20 minutes. Even when I was 15 minutes to go, 2 miles away, it was still academic. I couldn't see my car. It might as well have been on the moon. Finally, with a half a mile to go, I could see my car. It was a huge relief. I knew that the end was nearly there, but I still couldn't stop. Still keep taking steps, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Finally, right before I got to my car, I heard my thing go off. It said total distance, 40 miles, and I knew I'd finished it. So what does this have to do with today? Why this particular story? Well, a few months ago, we began a new adventure, online courses and virtual school. We were excited about it, and it was exciting at first. We knew how to do the class, we knew the teachers, we knew how to work, we knew all of that. Then bit by bit, the fun wore off, and we were left with a huge amount of work and no end in sight. What options do we have? Well, not a lot. We really can't stop and take a break, because once we stop, we won't start. We would be hopelessly stranded and too far away to accomplish anything. And so we continue. It's mundane, it's boring. Like the skating, you're doing the same thing over and over and over. We stopped counting up and we're now counting down to the finish. Every Focus Friday, we realize we're that much closer to the finish, but it's still so far away, it might as well be on the moon. Finally, we got that last weekend. We now know there's only a couple days left of school. We know we're not there yet, but the end is finally in sight, but we still have to keep moving. And then we'll arrive at the finish. We will be mentally exhausted. We'll swear we never want to do it again, but we know this, we accomplished it. The key to skating 40 miles, the key to 10 weeks of virtual class, the key to tackling any major or very challenging project is the same thing. Take one basic step at a time. That's it. That's the secret. There's no magic to it. You just keep going. Right foot, left foot. Watch the video, answer the questions, send the emails, watch more videos, answer more questions. The last 10 weeks have shown you that you're tougher than you think. You can take on and beat challenges harder than you'd expected. Take your success from this year and know that going forward, you know deep down inside that you have what it takes to beat any challenge that you face. Congratulations and all the best to you.
So I have the honor to begin the presentation of the Core Value Awards. And these values correspond to IMG's mission represented by the pillars of our Ascender. IMG's mission is to provide our student athletes with a premier training ground for their academic, athletic, and personal growth in a diverse community that cultivates these 5 values. Passionate soul, love what you do. Open mind, never stop learning and growing. Absolute integrity, always do the right thing. Helpful heart, lift those up around you. And champion spirit, strive for greatness. So I'd like to add, though, that all the 8th graders that I've had an opportunity to work with this year embody all of these values. I know at the end of the day, at the end of each day that I go through, and at the end of this year, which has been very challenging, we have strong leaders in our group, we have contributing citizens, and we just have downright quality individuals who I'm excited about seeing mature and do amazing things in their community. So with that said, though, we are highlighting students who have shown exceptional strength in these various areas. And I get to first introduce a student with a helpful heart. And that student has been a part of IMG for several years. I had the pleasure to work with her in her younger years, and she was equally as bright and helpful as she is now. She makes sure she makes time for the people that she cares about and those that are around her. She understands that she is making someone's life better by being in it and hoping that that person who she's interacting with walks away with a smile. In fact, she's always entered my class with a smile, working hard, lifting those up around her. She was part of our Blue Crew. And this Helpful Heart Award goes to ERIN Griffin. Yay!
Helpful Heart, one of the 5 core values of IMG students, is defined as one who lifts up those around you. The student I will describe to you today is notably one of the most helpful and dependable people representing this year's class of 8th graders. He has spent several years as an Ascender and has been awarded the Helpful Heart Award on more than this one occasion. He reaches out to new students, coming alongside to help them feel welcome at IMG. He is kind enough to come alongside a struggling student, willing to share what he's learned to help a person who is struggling become more competent. How does he manage to be such a helpful person? Maybe it's the coffee that he's known for that keeps him going strong. He doesn't do these things to win awards or get accolades. It's just a part of his character. Need a chair moved for an event? Help setting up an activity? Or a substitute to work at the snack shack? He's your guy. He never balks at an opportunity to be helpful, no matter how small. And of course, it's the small things that add up to the big things that define who a person is. Many others have observed his acts of kindness, regardless of those in his family who came before him. He doesn't live in anyone's shadow. He chooses to be a positive, influential person. This student makes it his mission to be a kind-hearted servant to others. I'd like to present this honor to Will Wright.
The award for Open Mind goes to a student who never stopped learning and growing. Teachers have noticed the student's ability to complete work with effort and dedication to learning content and always being happy and friendly to others. But for me, this award is more than the classroom. It is often in times of struggle or chaos when a person's true character reveals itself. During this pandemic, we have seen people not dwell in the negativity, but instead go above and beyond to be a light in the darkness. This student wanted to be heard during these trying times. This student started with an emotional reaction to the world they saw and then put words on paper. Through a lot of editing, this student channeled their emotions into research, a speech, a poem, and eventually into a video. This student allowed me to be a small part of the process, and I am honored and privileged to have helped along the way. This year's Open Mind Award goes to Yetong Jian, or Alice.
I have the pleasure of presenting one of the awards for the core value Open Mind. And quoting Albert Einstein, "The measure of intelligence is the ability to change." Albert Einstein. And having worked with this student this year, he demonstrated this ability. He has a willingness to get a concept correct, and he has no problem accepting feedback and doing the extra work to develop a better understanding of the concept. He would ask the necessary questions for better comprehension and to deliver a quality final product. He would open himself up to constructive criticism, explaining his point, but at the same time, willing to be flexible and learn from others. During our Socratic seminars, we had the opportunity to discuss different perspectives on topics. And within this very competitive group, this student would listen, absorb different views, and share his perspective. I am proud to present Tyler Burton with the Core Value Award for Open Mind.
The reality here at IMG Academy is that we have a lot of great kids. Every year, however, one or two students really stand out for their dedication and enthusiasm both to their sport and to learning in equal measure. For her teachers and me, this year, that student is Jace Ward. She's earning the award for Passionate Soul. This award is given to a student who clearly loves what they do, especially in the classroom, but also in their sport. Not a week went by this year without Jace coming into class and telling me about a meet, something she did in practice, or even just seeing a shot of her running past all of her teammates on the IMG track and field Instagram page. It is clear from my conversations with her that track is the driving force in her life and the thing that gives her purpose. With that said, she brought the same passion for track with her into the classroom this year. When I think of Jace, what comes to mind is her intense desire to seek feedback, learn from her mistakes, and improve academically. Always detail-oriented, she would often ask me to look over something, which was typically well done to begin with, earnestly listen to my feedback, and then use it to make her work even better. Even when it came to lighthearted learning games, Jace always took learning seriously. She apparently is still undefeated in Spanish class Kahoot. I fear I am painting a picture of Jace that is overly serious, but the reality is that I cannot remember a class with her in which she didn't come in with a positive and joyful attitude and ask me how I was doing. I think I can speak for all of her teachers when I say her enthusiasm in the classroom makes the classes she's in more enjoyable to teach. In the words of her English teacher, Ms. Seifert, A person only does these things if they sincerely believe that what they're doing matters. It's clear Jace feels what she's doing here at IMG truly matters. And when something matters to you, it's hard not to be passionate about it and want to share that passion with the world, which is what Jace does on a daily basis.
To be honest, Colin could have been nominated for every single one of IMG's core values. I've known Colin for 2 years and have always known him to act with integrity, kindness, and understanding. Colin is a deep thinker. He considers new ideas to create meaning, has a strong moral compass, and has empathy for others. I remember last year how touched Colin was during our study of the Holocaust. He's a creative thinker as well, always seeing things from a different perspective and truly trying to walk into other people's shoes to understand the experience of others without judgment. This year, a younger member of the basketball team was having difficulty adjusting. He was a student in my class, and I wanted to see if there was someone who could help him. The first person that came to mind was Colin. Steve Jobs said, "You have to be burning with an idea or a problem or a wrong that you want to right. If you're not passionate enough from the start, you'll never stick it out." Colin will stick it out. He has a passion for what he loves and for what he believes in. All students have the power to make a difference in their world, but Colin's one of those students that I know will. I can't wait to see how Colin makes the world a better place. Remember, Colin, the things that you are passionate about are not random. They're your calling. I'm so proud of you, Colin. You truly deserve the award for Passionate Soul.
Hi, I'm here to present the award for absolute integrity. The root of integrity is doing the right thing even if no one's looking. It's not somebody giving you recognition for it or telling you did the right thing. It's not something you're born with or without. It's something that's kind of cultivated over time, driven by influences from all areas of your life. Evie GASSMAN demonstrates absolute integrity because she encompasses the 5 fundamental values of integrity: responsibility, respect, fairness, trustworthiness, and honesty. Evie has shown courage, accountability, compassion, and above all, honesty, the foundation of integrity. She has made living with integrity a way of life. This is why I believe she deserves the honor of the core value at IMG for absolute integrity. Congratulations, Evie.
Having integrity means following your moral or ethical convictions and doing the right thing in all circumstances, even if no one is watching you. Having integrity means you are true to yourself and would do nothing that demeans or dishonors you. What exactly would that look like in an 8th grade student? Keep your promises, even if it takes extra effort. Never betray a friend's trust. Do not gossip or talk badly about someone. Return something you found without expecting a reward. Ignore someone's advice on how to cheat on your schoolwork and not get caught. Never let someone else take the blame for something you did. The recipient of the Absolute Integrity Award is smart, beautiful, and talented, but these characteristics will only get a person so far in life. What sets her apart is that she has amazing character and the desire to do amazing things. She has a distinguishable laugh. It is contagious, as is her smile and joyful spirit. When asked to comment on this person, her teachers noted that the word loyal comes to mind. She works well with others as a team, both on the field and in the classroom. She shows respect for others with appropriate conversation and display of our character word for the year, empathy. There is a saying, whatever you do, do it with all your heart. This young lady certainly lives by this motto. She loves music, her sisters, and the competition of game night with her family. In summary, the recipient of the award for absolute integrity lives life wholeheartedly, as we all should. She has high expectations for herself and for others. This well-deserving student with absolute integrity is JIMENA PEREZ Ayala.
When the teachers were discussing students to receive awards, this student's name was mentioned several times. The character the student has in our classrooms has had this person on our radar since first quarter. Immediately, we could tell this person was a serious student athlete. Regardless of how tired, hungry, or possibly uninterested this person was in the content, we could never tell. This person was always prepared to learn, create, and participate. Teachers could always count on this student to be a part of the discussion and come to the table with thoughtful and insightful answers. This student had an air of leadership that was made evident by how the person's fellow teammates and classmates spoke with this student. I've enjoyed having this student in my class and wish them the best of luck as he enters high school. The student whom the teachers were talking about and whom I am proud to present this year's first Champion Spirit Award is William Frank.
The second recipient of the Champion Spirit Award goes to a student who is strong, unafraid, and bold. Through some adversity, the student has persevered through the challenges of being a student at a boarding school to become a positive force. The student overcame obstacles such as homesickness, dealing with a unique structure of a rigorous student-athlete schedule, and was able to rise to the top of this year's 8th grade class. The student has managed it all very well with a very cheerful demeanor. The student stepped up and became a role model to other students new to the academy by mentoring them on how to be successful at IMG. Not only is this student a champion in the classroom, this person's strive for greatness was noticed by a professional soccer team who invited the student to train with them in the fall of 2019. This year's Champion Spirit Award goes to our Little Rose of Texas, Isabella Heines.
The Ascender Scholar Award goes to those students who have completed 3 or more years here at IMG Academy, and those students are Caroline Blondell, Erin Griffin, Eddie Gu, Riley Harrington, Arthur Lee, Louie Liu, Abigail Nash, Kuni Nishihara, Maximo Kaleri, Yanni Tan, Charles Tong, Will Wright, and Frank Wu. Thank you for your commitment to IMG.
As we award the diplomas, each 8th grade student athlete will be represented by a slide that will display his or her photo and any accomplishments they have received this school year, as well as any memorable moments provided by the student. Students being recognized for high honors are those that have a GPA of 4.0 or higher and have attended IMG Academy a minimum of 1 full year. Students being recognized for honors have a GPA of 3.3 and have attended IMG Academy a minimum of 1 full year. Our National Junior Honor Society members will be recognized by the organization's symbol of the torch. Students with a golden pencil are those that entered their poems into the Creative Communications Poetry Contest and were chosen to have their poems published. With excellent teachers come excellent writers, and sometimes over 50% of a class is accepted. IMG Academy stands out and will be recognized in the anthology as receiving a Writing Achievement Award. This honor is given to the top 10% of schools who entered the contest. Again, congratulations to Mrs. Hahn, Mrs. Ostrander, and the students who were selected. As previously announced, those students with the book symbol are our Ascender Scholars, who have been at IMG Academy 3 years or more. At this time, Mr. Cluett and Mr. Cox will be presenting the diplomas.
Taylor Allen. Evan Andrevet. Nicholas Arredondo. Blaine Austin. Aaron Babave. Riley Behar. Caroline Blondell. Putter Busarawangs. Jamison Bryant. Ryan Burns. Tyler Burton. Aspen Buteau. Flo Caro. James Carter. Carolina Castro. Reagan Cornish. Marta Fitas. Tristan Diadamo. Gabriel Davis. Maxwell Del Monte. Taylor DIMINICK. Cameron Donahue. Maria Fernandez. Will Frank. James Frankowski. Emiliano Garcia. Larissa Garza. Evie GASSMAN. ERIN GRIFFIN. Tyler Gross. Eddie Gu. Anton Gusev. Richard Hahn. Riley Harrington. Trey Hayes. Isabel Hines. Grace Wong. Felix Ignatiev. Rio Isohata. Matthew Johansson. Wonho Cam. LJ Katz. Miles Kirby. Kyle KLARIC. Carson Keeney, Jackson Lalima, Vihan Reddy, Trustin Lehman Karp, Charlie Lesh, Arthur Lee, Louis Liu, Daniel Lombroso, Audric Ma, Rahan Majid, Kerner Marichek, Diego Martinez, Victoria Maboko, Kai McMahon, Elena Milosevic, Sonny Mo, Santiago Muhala, Abby Nash, Colin Nada, Emil Nielsen, Kuni Nishihara, Maximo Oberto, Gerard O'Keefe, Bryce Pasternak, Jimena Perez, Paris Puacha, Yitang Xian, Liam Rieger, Monica Rodriguez, Valeria Roman, Caden Rosenbow, Josue Salgado, Will Schneider, Haley Shea, Kisho Shima, Owen Scance, Sam Speen, Andrew Sridevan, Noah Stickler, Peyton Stowe, Chase Talich, Yanni Tan, Charles Tong, Kazuma Yuhara, Andrew Wang, Jace Ward,
Will Wright. Frank Wu. Katie Yang. Kishu Yang. Danny Yassin. Pritham Yeledi. Owen Young. Bingchen Yin. Jax Zader. Eli Zimmerman.
Before we conclude the program, I'd like to introduce to the podium our head of school and senior vice president of IMG Academy, Chris Lack.
As we bring our ceremony to a close, I want you, the class of 2024, to know that we understand that this is not how you or any of us wanted to finish your middle school career at IMG Academy. We are incredibly proud of you and of your resilience and perseverance through the challenging transition to distance learning. My hope is that the silver lining in this crisis is that you'll be better prepared for the challenges of high school, more grateful for the experiences you'll have, and will appreciate the journey you're about to undertake with your classmates and teammates as you transition to high school. The transition to high school begins one of the most competitive periods in your life when it comes to your academic and athletic goals. Once you start 9th grade, everything counts on your record. But don't worry, Mrs. Wright and her team of faculty have you prepared well. Colleges and universities today are fortunate to be able to be extremely selective with college admissions. The challenge then is to differentiate yourself from all the other students that are applying to colleges. So, what are they looking for? Selective schools are looking for students and student athletes who are willing to be challenged in their courses. When possible, choose courses that you're truly interested in and then develop a depth and knowledge in those courses. Exhaust the curriculum in those areas. You don't need honors and AP courses in everything you take. Just honors and AP in the courses you're most interested about. So when it's late and you're exhausted from practice, you'll want to push through to get the work done. Colleges and universities also want to know what kind of student you are. Faculty love students that want to learn and make connections. They want to know if you've taken intellectual risks and you accept challenges in the classroom. And lastly, they want great thinkers. So read books, articles, anything you're interested in the topics or subjects that you're most passionate about. And lastly, colleges and universities want to create a community during the admissions process. As part of the community, they're looking for athletes, musicians, artists, and doers. We all know that at IMG, we have the market cornered on doers. So follow your interests and your passions. When you do what matters most to you, that will come out in your recommendation letters, your college essay, and in your interviews with coaches and admissions officers. So as I close, I strongly encourage you to be kind and giving of your time. As you know, this past year, empathy was our theme. Today more than ever, whether it's the news or social media, negativity and divisiveness thrives. So as we prepare for next year, our theme will be an attitude of gratitude. So get a head start on next year and take this opportunity to thank your parents and your family for the opportunity to be an ascender. And finally, and most importantly, harness your love of the game to differentiate yourself from others while establishing yourself as a well-rounded student athlete. Congratulations. We look forward to seeing you in high school next year.